Hi guys, it's Keitha from Homemade Lux, and today I'm going to show you how to make a latch hook wall hanging. Super cool skill to learn, and as always, everything is included in your Homemade Lux craft kit. You've got tons of different color yarn, you've got a latch hook, and of course you have your latch hook rug canvas mesh. You're also going to need a scissors. You'll also have a little bit of glue stick and some felt in this kit as well. So the first step is to decide on your design for your wall hanging, and just use a Sharpie to kind of map out where you want the different color yarns to be and in what shapes. And this can change as you start to create your project, but it's a good idea to just kind of have some kind of idea before you get started. Next, you're going to take your color that you want on the very bottom, and you're going to just measure out how long you want it to be, and you're going to just start cutting those sections. This one is about 12 inches long and cut in half, so it's about 6. And you're just going to fold, keep cutting till you have a ton of these, and then you're going to take your latch hook, you're going to insert it into one of the holes at the very bottom, and then you're going to take that thread and just pull it through the latch hook. It's going to automatically fold up. Once you fold that down, you pull it through, it's going to close up and create a nice little latch through that hook. And you're just going to continue doing that till you have one solid row, and just keep going based on the design that you did in the beginning. Once you've got that row, you're going to add your second color and do the exact same thing, figuring out the length that you want it to be. You can always cut it shorter, so always err on the side of going longer when you are doing this. Again, you're going to just take your latch hook and go ahead and just push through all of your latches. I'm just trying to slow down to kind of show you how to get this done, but you're gonna follow that design that you've done with different colors, just thinking about how those colors will look together as you're doing it. So I've got my whites, my teal, my turquoise, and my off-white as well, and just kind of putting them next to each other in a design that I think would look great and very complementary. Just gonna keep going. Again, now I'm going to just add some dark brown here for some variation, and I'll show you in a bit how I will cut that section as well. So I'm gonna just fluff everything up using a comb to kind of comb out and make every strand straight, and I'm gonna start cutting my yarn. I am going to do a straight line, but of course this is your project, so you can do a straight line, you can do a curved line, you can do going down into a V. That's what makes this project so individualized. You can just cut and make your sections as long or as short as you want them to be. So here I am just going through and just cutting at different lengths each of my little sections, and being careful not to cut the section below it. You can see I'm doing lots of different lengths, including a very short one which gives like a rug pile look, and so you can just play around with the different lengths. You can also play around with texture. Here I've used a pet brush to brush out the bottom piece of yarn so it's fluffy, and it just gives a different texture. I'm also using my instruction booklet that came in the craft kit to separate the two different yarns so that I can cut straight without worrying about cutting the yarn beneath. And again, I just like to play with texture by doing different things, manipulating the yarn. Here I'm just untwisting each piece of yarn with my fingers and with a comb, just to give it some extra texture that's a little bit different from the yarn around it, so that there's so many variations in your latch hook wall hanging. You've got texture, you've got color, you've got height, you've got length. You've just got so many variations that look pretty cool once you're all done. Here I'm just working and cutting around each section, untwisting some sections, adding variation as much as possible until I'm all done and happy with my piece. Once I'm all finished, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to just add some string to the back to hang my piece, just using the same latch hook method, making sure that I don't that I get it through, and tie in a nice tight double knot on one side and then doing the same on the other side. Once I've got that hanger, I'm just trimming the edges that I didn't use, and just any trimming that so I don't see any hanging mesh off on the sides or on the top. I'm also gonna cut that top and kind of bend that over and use my hot glue to glue the bottom right down. Then I'm going to add some felt just so that it looks finished on the back, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut that out and glue it onto the back. And that's it. You've got the back finished and you can now hang your latch hook wall hanging. I hope you enjoyed this homemade Luxe Craft kit. See you again next time.